I absolutely love what Natasha Howard said about wanting to be the WNBA MVP this season in 2025. Not something people were expecting, probably from Media Day. Of course, Caitlin Clark is actually the leader on a lot of the big sports books when it comes to the odds for MVP. And I don't expect Natasha Howard to win MVP, but I like hearing her say it because it gives you some insight into her competitiveness and her mentality going into this season. I've said all offseason, I think she's going to be the biggest pickup that the Fever actually made. If you look at their order of operations, they re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. That was priority number one. They told us that priority number one was re-signing Kelsey Mitchell. What was the next move they made? Natasha Howard. Now, they made other big moves. Of course, they traded for Cunningham. They signed Bonner, which probably made the most headlines and I think is going to help a lot too. They had the draft picks, everything else, Colson, so on and so forth, Turner. But it was the Howard move that came next in the succession of signings after Kelsey Mitchell. And I think there was a lot of reason behind that from a fit standpoint. One, that position just stunk last year. They couldn't find anybody to fill it consistently. Then, two, the way she's going to be able to run the floor with Caitlin Clark, catch and finish. Nickname is Flash for a reason. Three, size, toughness, and all that. And then four, a player that can score too. Get her own buckets too in ways different than any other player on the team. She doesn't score in the same way Clark and Mitchell score, obviously, and she doesn't score in the same way that Boston scores either. Here is what Natasha Howard said, the reference I'm, building this all around. She's very soft-spoken, so it's almost hard to hear.
I am.
What do you want to accomplish?
One thing for me, I actually want to win MVP. I was supposed to win it in 2019, though, but that's years now. But the MVP and also Defensive Player of the Year, but at the end is holding that trophy.
Holding the trophy, that's the main goal, right? Winning the championship. But wants to be the MVP, almost did it before. And for those of you who may think, well, it's going to come at the cost of winning, blah, blah, blah. She's a winner. She's the one. She got titles on her resume, plural. Winner, already proven. This is to me just confidence. This is just to me saying, I'm going to, show you who I am. And it's not going to take away from Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell scores a lot of points. Doesn't take away from Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark and Natasha Howard are going to be working together, maybe more so A to B than any other pairing in on the team or perhaps in the league.
It's going to be Caitlin Clark Flash Show. So it's going to be phenomenal playing with a point guard, like you said, that have a good vision on the court. Because that's like as soon as she get the ball in her hand, she's throwing it up because she already see the person down the court before she even get the ball in her hand. So that's one thing I love about her vision on the court. I really can't wait to catch all those passes and give her all the assists that she needs.
So that's what she said back when she was signed. So the big goals to me just state big things for the Fever. And I know the fans will debate it and everything, but no debate here. I love what Natasha Howard had to say.